A new pizza banner is now in the game. 3 ships available. Are they worth pulling for? Let's find out. So, I don't think this banner has a specific name. I just call it based on the current event going on as of right now. I find it difficult to name these things, but it is what it is, though. We'll call it Reflection of the Oasis because that's what the event name is called. Let's get right into it. Starting with the destroyer, Attilio Regolo. So we have a destroyer at 120, 2,803 health. That's a lot again. I think this might be a new trend now where they give destroyers a lot of health. This amount of health pool makes them pretty viable for the most part because they don't die instantly. So that's actually a really good thing that they're doing. Hopefully they do more of this. Otherwise, it's just like Shimakaze and Kazugumo all day. But this update though was very, very good. Hopefully they do more of this. Firepower at 126, torpedoes at 334, 0 aviation, 160 on the anti-air, 207 on the reload, 212 on the evasion, light armor, 51 speed, 219 on the hit, 63 on the luck, 207 on ASW, and 10 on oil cost. So once again, for the most part though, a bit average on the mixed damage department. The big takeaway here is that giant health pool, which makes her pretty viable for just doing like most of the things in the game because she won't die instantly. So that's actually really good. Now for efficiencies, destroyer gun we have 130, torpedoes 125, and anti-air on 135. So this is one of the rare cases where the anti-air is the highest. Torpedo efficiency is pretty low, but the anti-air is actually really high. So she doesn't have the highest anti-air. So that's gonna be kind of weird, but the mixed damage though is pretty average, so she's not anything spectacular for bombing torpedoes, but mixed damage though pretty good. At 120 we got +1 permanent firepower, and then for the skills we have Help Me Duke Monochrome Rabbit. So when this ship fires her main guns, summons either a black rabbit or a white rabbit and performs a level 10 special attack based on skills level. Every 16 times this special attack is performed, summons Duke Monochrome Rabbit and performs a level 10 wide range special attack. So, they're summoning ship. I'm actually a big fan of these now. I like, well, that's actually bad if you have like bad phones, I guess, or like bad emulators because it's probably allows like particles and stuff going on, so that's gonna be a downfall. But if you're watching in like combat, having all these summons actually looks pretty nice. Like Bismarck 2 with her dragon is pretty nice. I think another recent ship we had also summoned something as well too. I'm not exactly sure which one it was. It was a Vanguard ship, but she summoned things as well too. So that's actually pretty cool. I think it's a Russian ship. I'm not sure, but nice gimmick by all means. I'm gonna assume this is for basically just wave clearing stuff. So like, it could be good for suicide bomber defense. Could be good for the wave clearing. Rabbits though. Very interesting, very, very interesting. Now, second skill, Princess of the Fairy Kingdom. Increase the ship's firepower and evasion by 10%. When this ship fires her torpedoes, 80% chance to restore 1.5% of this ship's max HP. So, a nice little bit of health, so that's not bad. When the battle starts, if there's any other Italian ship in your fleet, increase this skill's health restoring effects activation chance by 20%, so it's 100% chance. After it activates, increases ship's evasion by 5% for 5 seconds. Alright. So this is going to be really, really good because if we go here, we go to, let's say, Veneto, if I can find her. Now, Veneto gives a nice buff right here. She gives a firepower torpedo evasion stat for all Italian ships in the fleet. So yeah, if you look at these skills, these are all relevant for Attilio. So you get a nice big chunk right here of 15% evasion, 25% evasion combined with this one. And then if she activates with her, if Veneta's in the fleet, gets an extra 5% for 5 seconds. That's actually a lot of evasion right there. A lot of evasion. Nice good stats as well too with Veneto. So you get a nice health heal. You get 100% activation. pretty good skill, I say. Combine this with Veneto at least. It's a very nice skill right here. And an all-out assault as usual. Honestly, I think this destroyer is actually really good, but you need Veneto though. If you don't have Veneto here, she won't be as good because she's missing the required buffs for her kit, which is firepower, torpedo, and evasion. But have her in here though, it's gonna be a really good destroyer for wave clear. I can definitely see her being really good up until the later chapters. That's to say, if you want to bring Veneto to World 14 or Chapter 14, you can do it. I think it's gonna be somewhat difficult, but you can do it. But for the most part though, for like average wave clearing, for like campaign OS wave clearing, this can be really good. Like, this is actually a really good kit for a destroyer, honestly. Wave clearing, some summons, activations 100%, evasion, torpedo, firepower, all stats needed for her. Very nice, actually. Very nice kit. Actually, one of the more well done destroyers we got lately, so actually really impressed. Actually, really impressed right there. Now, next ship we have is Gorizia. So, Gorizia is a heavy cruiser. Zara class, and at 120 we have 4942 health, 252 firepower, 0 torpedo, 0 aviation, 226 on anti-air, 175 on the reload, 57 evasion, medium armor, 26 speed, 118 on the hit, 85 on the luck, and 12 on the oil cost. So about the same as her sisters Zara and Pola. So can't really say much about that, just straight normal stats across the board. The efficiency, we have 130 for the heavy cruiser guns, 155 for the DD guns, and 100 for the anti-air. So not bad, more aimed towards gunning obviously because she has 0 torpedo stats right here and very low, or she doesn't have any torpedo slots for efficiency, so gunboat essentially. At 120, we have +1 firepower, so that's always nice for heavy cruisers and large cruisers. And her skills, Porporo Strike, every 5 times the ship fires her main guns, 70% chance to fire a level 10 special barrage based on skills level. If the ship has Italian gear equipped, increase the ship's anti-air by 10% and increase the skill's barrage activation by 30%. So we have another 100% chance if you have something like equipped or whatever. Now the thing is, on top of my head, I don't know any like main Italian gear or whatever. I think there are some like okay Italian gear I can sort by like faction or something. So heavy cruiser guns, we have, what was the Italian symbol? Actually, I don't remember anymore. So we have this gun right here. I don't think this gun was like the greatest or whatever. It could be okay, but it's only medium armor, so it's not like the best. I think you're better off having a destroyer gun here, but I don't know if there's any destroyer guns for Italian boats. Alright, we have this thing right here. I mean, I think this is alright actually. I remember this gun being like pretty good. So 30 firepower. Yeah, this is not terrible. You can definitely use this for a secondary for the Italian gear thing. And then you just go to Dido AAs here. Yeah, I think that's the play right here. So if you guys want to do the proc right here, I would say just use the destroyer gun that I was looking at earlier. This one right here. This is probably the best way for you guys to get value out of the first skill for Gorizia. Now you get this from an event though. I think this is yeah, this is like one of the older, one was in here. This is one of the later, like the past Italian events, so much more difficult to get. Otherwise, if you guys can't do it, I just go the anti-air route for Italian anti-airs. I wouldn't do the main guns though because the sap gun is okay for medium armor, but it's not good for like light or heavy. So if you're lazy, I just say just use like a really good gun, like if you have a Drake gun, use that. Otherwise, use like a Baltimore or whatever good heavy cruiser gun are in the gear labs. But probably this is your best bet right here, this DD gun for Gorizia. Now for the second skill, in Arduous Intrepida, I said that wrong probably, whatever. Increase the ship's evasion by 10%, and increase the Zara's class ship damage by 6%. Very good. So pair up her sisters, 6% more damage done. Very, very nice. Once per battle, when the ship falls below 90% health as a damage result taken, increase the ship's evasion rate by 4%. So if you keep her below 49% the whole time, you just go do multiple fights, you can definitely proc this multiple times. Increase your Sardegna Empire's Vanguard accuracy by 10%. So I think she's one of those ships where you want to keep below 90% health just to proc this right away. And then all out assault right here. So buff to Zara class ships, defensive wise and offensive wise. You want to play her below 90% health, and she has a skill right here where you want to have a DD gun. So I showed you guys earlier. Not terrible, nothing like super crazy, but if you guys do want to play like mainly Italian fleets because of Zara class, then using this ship right here is actually not that bad. And then lastly, Andrea Doria. Once again, we have a really good ship, bottlenecked by the elite, or I mean, not bottlenecked, butchered by the elite rarity. Unlucky, but it is what it is though. Anyway, so we have a battleship at 120, 7,123 health, 1,000 health, my bad, 7,100, yeah, 7,123 health, 361 firepower, 0 torpedo, 0 aviation, 200 anti-air, 150 on the reload, 36 on the evasion, heavy armor, 26 speed, 66 hits, 77 luck, 0 ASW, and 14 on the oil cost. So across the board, about normal for an elite battleship, I'd say. But compared to most battleships, she's very, very low because health pool is very low, firepower is very low. Can't really do much about that. Efficiency, we have 125 on the battleship gun, 150 on the light cruiser and DD guns, and 80 on the anti-air. So a little bit lower compared to your average battleship, but it is what it is. Elite status. 120 plus 1 firepower. Instantly very, very good because of that. Can't say no to plus 1 firepower by all means. And then the skills, we have role model torchbearer. Increase your Italian BB's firepower and evasion by 10%. When this ship fires, when this ship's main guns hits an enemy, increase all your Italian ship's damage dealt by to that enemy by 6% for 6 seconds. So you can build this multiple ways. If you guys want to play around a Helena, you can definitely time this so she goes first, and then your Veneto, your Marco Polo can follow right after. You can definitely do that. But I say the best way to get value out of her is going to use her as a wave clearing ship if you want to play Italian. So you want to run a fast gun right here. A fast gun means you have more uptime on your vanguards and your main fleet for damage for this 6% skill right here. So that's actually really, really good. And then she can buff them as well too. So the skill's actually not that bad. It's actually really good. It's actually on par with Veneto, I'd say, with her buff skill. So it's actually a really, really good skill. Put Veneto and Andrea together, you have a really nice buff. But the issue is you gotta use Andrea because her skills aren't that great either. Like, I don't see a barrage right here by all means. Never mind, I do see a barrage right here. Second last skill. Okay, last skill I see a barrage. So that's good. Anyways, second skill, to uphold expectations. When the battle starts, if there's another Italian BB in your fleet, increase the ship's damage dealt by 12%. So pretty much meant to use with Veneto because if there's another BB, obviously you can use Veneto. Increase 12% firepower. You have a double buff right here. Pretty nice. And then if there's none, decrease the ship's damage taken by 12%. When this ship fires her main guns, 50% chance to activate a level 10 special barrage based on skills damage. So once again, we have, it just makes no sense to me. You have 100% right here if you have the requirements. You have 100% right here if you have the requirements. You have 50% barrage activation for an elite. It just makes no sense to me. At least give them 70%. I feel like nowadays DDs or elite ships deserve at least a 70% chance. 50% chance is literally a coin flip. It's so bad. It's very inconsistent. Not a big fan of this whatsoever. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, though, how am I gonna talk about these ships? I'm gonna say Attilio Regolo is definitely a really good ship. You can definitely take her to later stages of the map. If you want to take her to World 14, definitely can do that. She has some usage in 12 and 13, but not the best because she has low anti-air. But her wave clearing though is actually really, really good. Otherwise though, for your general mob clearing, very nice. OS can definitely see really good usage of her too, because Vanito is a really good OS ship for that quick instant burst. So now you have Vanito and Attilio together, good combo as well. So actually not that bad ship at all. Gorizia, we have basically a Vanguard buffer for Zara class ships, so Zara and Pola gets benefits from her. You equip that DD gun I was talking about earlier, you can get some value out of her main skill as well too, being a 100% activation. Otherwise, you gotta use the anti-air to get value out of this first skill right here. Otherwise though, just a normal heavy cruiser, nothing super crazy about her, but works really well though in full Italian fleets. And then lastly, Andrea, you can definitely use her with Vanito. You get a double buff right here for the full fleet with her skill and Vanito's skill right here. 15% for firepower, torpedo, and evasion. And then you have Andrea's skill, which is also firepower and evasion by 10%. So 25% on firepower and 25% on evasion. Very nice. And then if you use her with Vanito, you get a 12% damage increase. However, her biggest drawback as of right now is just that 50% activation for the barrage, because it is just very inconsistent. It's 50%, it's a coin toss, it's really bad. So the big takeaway here, luckily for you guys, there's no mandatory ship. I'm not going to force you guys to pull for any ships you guys don't want to. We just came back from just 2 back-to-back UR events, so you guys are probably dry on cubes as of right now. Nothing is super important right now, so I say nothing very important to get, but there are some pretty nice ships to have, because Attilio Regolo, for you guys that are relatively new, it's a really nice pickup. You guys may be missing Vanito though, that's a big issue. She's not in the promo pool as of right now, so you're gonna have to wait a bit. Otherwise though, as a standalone, not too terrible, but she does work best with Vanito though. That's unfortunate if you guys don't have her. Gorizia, again, not a bad ship as a standalone, not the worst, but she does work best in a full Italian fleet, and she has to be with her sisters Zara and Pola. Luckily for you guys, Zara class ships are all in the pool, except maybe Pola, but I know Zara is in the pool, the main pool, I think, and maybe Pola. I'm not exactly sure, but if she is though, that's great. You can use her in a full fleet with her if you want to. Otherwise though, just a regular heavy cruiser that's meant for Italians. And Andrea Doria, again, works best with Vanito once again. So Vanito here is the core ship that you guys want to pair all these ships with, because of her buff and a lot of synergy that she guys can bring with the fleet. So as a standalone, not the best, but definitely not the worst. There are definitely worse battleships out there compared to her. Just 50% activation is just so horrendous, guys. This is like, what's going on here? Like I know there's at least like some old battleships that are elites that have like a 70% proc rate. Erebus and Terror have a 70% proc rate. I'm sure of it. And she gets a 50%, man. Like, what is this? It makes no sense to me. So all these ships aren't mandatory, but they are nice to have. That's it for this banner review. Hope you guys enjoy it. Good luck pulling if you guys are pulling. And yeah, tomorrow's video is going to be about the event, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.